Hey everybody, I just want to talk a little bit about the neuron for today. And so just want to go over the three basic parts of the neuron. The gray part up on the top of the structure, so you see a gray here and gray here and a gray, oops, I don't know if you can see that. Gray here and gray here. Those are going to be the dendrites. What comes around here was going to be your soma, and then down here is going to be your axon. So you can see dendrite, soma, axon, and the axon is continuous on this particular model too. So the kind of a continuation there. And if you look on the dendrites up at the top here, you will see that you have these axon terminals, and so these axon terminals will actually connect or synapse directly onto these dendrites. And so we may or may not have talked about it in class yet, or may not, but the dendrites actually receive information from other neurons, and the axon allows for that information to go to other neurons. So sort of the dendrites are sort of the input, and the axon here, from here to here, that's going to be the output of the neuron. So that's that. This is going to be the nucleus, and I don't know if you can see these little, they almost look little giraffe spots to me. They are kind of a baby blue here, and those are going to be Nissl bodies. And Nissl bodies are sort of this specialized version of endoplasmic reticulum that allows for the synthesis of proteins throughout the soma and through this axon here, right? So you need to be able to move those proteins around. Okay, and then this red portion here looks kind of suspiciously like a piece of muscle, but it isn't. This is actually called the axon hillock, and this is going to lead directly to the axon, right? So you have the dendrites, axon terminal. This come around here is going to be the soma. This is going to be the nucleus, axon hillock, axon, and this axon is going to go all the way down. And I think we just talked about, I think I just said axon terminals and the dendrites. If I didn't, I just repeated it myself. Anyway, so this axon does go all the way down on this side. And what's cool is that if we were to point here, or if I were to point here, this is going to be called the myelin sheath, right? So this is going to be this fatty substance that's sort of around this axon here. And if I were to point here, this is going to represent a Schwann cell. So the Schwann cell is going to be involved in sort of myelinating this whole thing to begin with. And so Schwann cells are going to myelinate axons in the peripheral nervous system, and we'll learn, though there isn't a picture of this in a model anyway, oligodendrocytes are going to myelinate axons in the central nervous system. So in any case, if I were to point to the individual cell, Schwann cell, these fatty layers here would be the myelin sheath. And if I were to point to sort of these blue inclusions within the axon, that would be the Nissl bodies or the Nissl substance. You can also see sort of these red patches in here, which are actually representative of mitochondria. And I'm sure you can figure out why we need mitochondria in the axon. Okay, so I think that was it. Other than the node of Ranvier, but let's just do a little bit of a review here. You're going to have your Schwann cell, myelin sheath, node of Ranvier, right? And then you have your axon, and then you have the Nissl bodies and mitochondria, right? So hopefully that was helpful, and if you need any help, just let me know. All right, take care. Bye.